Recording in progress.
Good morning, all of you. Let's go ahead. So I hope you are completely fine with what advanced tax we had covered. है ना everybody? Remember 208, 2010 everything. है ना? Advanced tax बच्चों we have covered. We go to the next part now, TDS. So what is TDS? This also we have already covered. What is TDS? है ना? Tax related at source. It is done by बच्चों payer. It is done by payer. The person who is making the payment. On the payment done to pay you, obviously. Right or wrong? Because of this particular section, or you can say chapter, which requires TDS to be done, okay, by the payer. So payer is bachcho, also we call them as deductor. Correct everybody? Deductor. Arey haan. All right. Chalo, let's go ahead everybody. Let's start. Chalo, ठीक है. So now bachcho, advanced tax. Try to understand. Okay, pay attention now. Advanced tax was responsibility of the assessee, the taxpayer himself, herself, whatever. Yes, advanced tax. TDS is bachcho responsibility of the payer. That means not of the assessee. Not of the assessee means bachcho. In case of advanced tax, we were talking of only one person at a time. है ना? But now, let us say bachcho, if A is making some payment to B, है ना? Okay, and then there is TDS. Then from both parties' point of view, what are we going to see? That A bachcho here is a deductor. Agreed everybody? And B bachcho here is a deductee or a payee, or basically whose tax are we talking about? Mainly bachcho B's tax we are talking about. हाँ या ना? Clear? So as such, both of them are taxpayers, both of them are assessee, everything is there. But mainly bachcho on whose taxability we are talking about? B's taxability we are talking about. That his money, okay? His money bachcho is already now lying with the government because of A. So here bachcho, in a way, A is an agent of government. Agreed or everybody? A is what bachcho? Agent of government. He is he is doing that collection work. Vasuli bhai, remember? He is in a way bachcho recovering taxes on behalf of the government. The deductor or the payer is making it easier for the government, है ना? To trace the transaction where TDS is required, to do the TDS, to get the money also deposited to the government, to identify who is the payee. Clear all of you? Yes? All right. Okay, everybody? All right. So in a way, it is painful. Understand now. In a way, it is painful. हाँ Indrajit, I agree. Indrajit is saying that there should be some commission to the deductor. Arre, forget commission. If A does not deduct taxes, what happens? Then you have seen bachcho 40A1 and 40A1A. Disallowance happens. You are called as assessee in default. Chapter number 1, we had seen a little bit over that. Assessee in default. If you don't follow the compliances. Correct? Separate penalties are there now. Interest, which we are going to see now. If you don't deduct TDS. है ना? So law is very much strong, or you can say supreme. Yes, it should have been a little bit relaxed. Relaxation should have been given, but the transaction bachcho they have clearly given on which all transactions TDS will be done. So in a way, please understand, it is a headache if your client is A. Your client means you as a practicing CA or practicing consultant. Because then you have to bachcho see which all transactions where all A has made the payment, and whether TDS was applicable or not, whether TDS is done or not, TDS returns are filed or not, everything. Again, bachcho, reading the law. So TDS is a separate, you can say, field of work also. But yes, it is lots of compliance based. Compliance based means what? It is mainly reporting. Okay? Find here. And from bachcho B's point of view, what is the headache? That whether, pay attention now, whether TDS is done on any income, that is one thing. And another thing, very important, that also happens as of today also, it happens with me also. Whether, B has to be careful, or B is bachcho always under tension, whether A has deposited that tax or no to the government. Agreed or no? Are you getting my point? So बच्चों B has raised invoice of 10 lakhs. I think I had given you that example. Let us say okay. B had बच्चों raised invoice of 10 lakhs. And बच्चों A gave him a check of only rupees 9 lakhs. That 1 lakh rupees is not a small amount, no? I'll tell him where is my 1 lakh rupees. He'll say I am giving it to the government. Why? Because TDS required. And then बच्चों I don't even see in my TDS credit later on. Or government says no, he never gave it to us. What is the proof? Then again, बच्चों it is a very big problem or a mess. B is fighting with A, government is fighting with A, and all of that. And A बच्चों in between becomes bankrupt, तो gone. है कि नहीं? Are you getting my point? So it all becomes an issue or a challenge regarding TDS. Okay, everybody? Alright. So this table I'll come to later on. So if knows about that A will deduct TDS, so B gives check of 11 lakhs then. B gives a check of 11 lakhs. Why will he give check of 11 lakhs? Invoice of 11 lakhs. But you can't raise an invoice of 11 lakhs, no? I mean, have you done service of 11 lakhs? So what will happen? Simply, acha, you heard what he's saying. If he knows he wants 10 lakh rupees, है ना? He raises an invoice of 11 lakhs. Whose income will increase unnecessarily? B's income will increase. You will have to show the sales, na? So you are increasing his income by what? 1 lakh rupees unnecessarily. Then also you'll have to find in that case, you'll have to find a fake bill of expenditure for P&L debit of 1 lakh rupees. Did you understand what I'm telling you? For your jugad, whatever you're telling me, है ना? समझा? If you're trying to raise the sales price, I mean your invoice price on the credit side, you'll also have to raise a fake bill on the debit side then. Expenditure. Correct, na? Otherwise, A wants 10 lakhs and then he's raising 11 lakh bills. You were telling him to pay 30% more on 1 lakh rupees, na, then? Extra tax for B. All right. We'll have to directly to come to some jump to in some particular sections only. Okay. So TDS basic, I hope you have understood. It is it is transaction based. TDS bachcho is what? What did I say? It is transaction based. Okay. Transaction. Now, if at all, we'll be starting with employer-employee only. Employer pays to employee every month's salary. So every month, bachcho is going to do TDS. Okay, depending on rules, conditions, that will come to that. Okay, depending on bachcho rules and conditions. Okay, so it is transaction based. It is not something lump sum I'll do for the entire year and all of that. It is per transaction generally. Okay, everybody? Yes? And the payer bachcho needs to be a deductor. The payer needs to be a deductor. I don't know how much have you revised PGBP, but I had given you bachcho in case of PGBP also. What I had given you? That when an individual becomes a deductor, do you remember? When an individual becomes a deductor, nothing. Or whether a company is always a deductor by default company. And even if individual is paying salary, then he becomes a deductor. He needs to deduct taxes whenever making payment of salary. Nothing. You remember nothing. है ना? Do you have volume 1 in front of you? There was an example of question number 35 or what, I don't know. Yuvan Raja, I think. I'm not very sure, but. And that was at the end of the chapter almost. We had solved in the notebook. That time I had given you in writing, I think. Because they had given you his turnover of last year and turnover of current year also. PGBP I'm talking about. because even that is important from this chapter point of view. When an individual becomes a deductor. No, 35 is not the exam question then. It's not there. It was a very small question actually. Just 2 years. This is given to us. Turnover. Current year and last year. I have to check that now. And they had asked whether TDS will be done or not done. You won the Raja. Not 35 but 16. Okay, everybody. So it was about turnover, etc. of the last year. Okay. So you can refer to that question number 16 of PGBP. You had solved, I think, at the end of in the notebook. You can read that later on. I'll again come back to it today. I mean, in this chapter also, but don't worry. Okay, fine. Okay, so let me just quickly tell you, when does bachcho generally normally a person, you can see, becomes a deductor individual? When in the previous year, that means earlier year, okay, not previous year, earlier year, just immediately succeeding previous, immediately succeeding, not succeeding, immediately preceding year, okay, his turnover was what, more than 1 crore, है ना? Correct. And whether, what about a company? A company is always a deductor. Company bachcho what? Is always a deductor. Okay? Fine, no issues. Let's come to one of the sections over here and finish it off. Okay? TDS rate chart. Rate chart. Now 122 bachcho onwards, everything is important for us. Okay? Everything. There will be 4, 5 sections which are most important. Others they may ask, may not ask. That depends on their luck. Okay? Ready? Chalo. Section 192. What are we discussing? On which transactions TDS will happen. Clear? How much TDS, on what amount, this and that. Okay? So first 92 bachcho, 192. TDS on salary. Which chapter comes to your mind? Income from salaries. Yes? Who is the payer? Employer. So employer is going to do their taxes. Correct? On employee's income. Okay. This is residential status of receiver. The person can be, the employee can be resident or non-resident. No problem. What is the rate of TDS? Slab rates. Means what? Understand. Again, this is the only section where the TDS is done as per slab rates. Remaining most, or you can say all of these sections, you will see a flat rate of 5%, 10%, 1%, 2%, and all of that. Okay, everybody? Yes, Celia. So TDS bachcho on salaries is done at what rate? Slab rates. Okay? I'll come to that. Pay attention. Don't write down anything. Means what? If an employee is taxable salary. Now again I'm using common, I'll tell you to do common sense. We're talking of computed salary. And also what we are talking about is taxable income. Computed salary, taxable income. What is the difference? Chapter 6 can come into picture. Okay, everybody? Okay, so pay attention. If the NTI, don't write down anything, okay? Don't write down. NTI is rupees 5 lakhs of that employee. What is the tax liability? Nil. Correct? Employer will not do TDS. Simple. Because tax liability is nil. Rebate, everything considered. Okay, everybody? Fine, tell you. If NTI, net taxable income, is rupees 10 lakhs, bachcho, my tax liability is what? 1,12,500 plus whatever 4%. That we will discuss later on. 4%, okay? I mean, I'm just right now ignoring it. Clear? this amount needs to be done as TDS by the employer. Okay, everybody? Understood? All of you? Acha. His NTI is bachcho rupees 10 lakhs. Understand a little bit. Just try to understand. Net taxable income. So even if I assume bachcho, so there is some chapter 6 deductions or whatever, there is an obviously difference between gross income and net income in the salaries. We can say, understand, we can say his salary is rupees 1 lakh per month. Don't write on anything, just pay attention. Hai na? His gross, whatever his salary is rupees, 1 lakh rupees per month. So total bachcho what? 12 lakhs. Correct, Ilya? All of you? And deduction this and that. So NTI is becoming as 10 lakh rupees. Are ha? Now just but to try to understand, when you are paying him, the employee himself, rupees 1 lakh per month. है ना? The question is, or the concept is that, when will you do the TDS? Okay? On the payment of first salary. So employee gets no salary at all. है ना? Or from the TDS, or TDS will be done on the year ends last salary. So bacho, that's why people always keep on crying in the month of March, no salary only. Are you getting my point, everybody? Did you understand the point? Because I told you just now TDS is to be done on transaction based, okay? But transactions in salaries bacho every month. Transactions in the salaries every month. Every month you're paying na salary. So even this 1,12,500 is your liability will be bacho broken up or will be recovered through every salary. Through every salary means what? Divided by 12. Did you understand what I'm telling you? So this 1,12,500 divided by 12. 9375 something. 9375. Okay, everybody? That will be bacho reduced every month from the salary of rupees 1 lakh. Did you understand, all of you? Akshay, Mansi, Nitin, Kushbu, Indrajit, all of you, tell me. Bolo. Any doubt? Ask. कोई problem नहीं. No problem at all. ठीक है, everybody? We'll be doing lots of complications still. Okay, we have just started actually now. Okay, so every month we will do the TDS. I mean, depending on all the calculations and all. Everyone got it till here? Good. Can we go ahead? We are taking salary of 10 lakhs and deducting TDS from 12 lakhs. No. See, I'm saying salary is rupees 1 lakh per month. है ना? So let us say computed salary is coming to 12 lakh rupees. Pay attention, yeah, 12 lakh rupees. Okay? Then, for the sake of example, okay, pay attention. There is chapter 60 deduction, take it as 2 lakhs. Happy? Chapter 60 deduction of the employee, 2 lakhs. He declared that yes, I have this so and so expenditure of chapter 6, life insurance, ATCCD 1B and all of that, okay? 2 lakhs. So taxable income is how much? 10 lakhs. We do TDS on taxable income for salary. Okay? Already clear? Like I said, we'll be doing more calculations or computation. No problem. Yes, no problem. Ask me doubts. Okay? Then let us check some points over here. Exemption and remarks. Amounts to be reduced from salary. What are allowed? What we can reduce? Okay? Now please pay attention. Finding computed salary. Now when I say computed salary means what? After standard deduction 16(1)(a) and all of that. Akshay, okay. Salary needs to be strong. I mean, your overall chapter of salary needs to be, at least basic should be clear. 16(1)(a), 16(2), 16(3). Professional tax and your entertainment allowance and professional tax. So computed salary I'm talking about first of all. Okay? Fine. So amounts to be reduced from salary. HP loss reported by employee. Now your carry forward and set off of losses should come to your mind. HP loss is allowed everywhere. And in fact, specifically for salary, so it is one of the best things. How much can you reduce maximum if you remember? 2 lakhs. Hai na? What do we reduce? How do you get house property loss? Because of interest. It is self-occupied property. You are paying interest more than rupees 2 lakhs or up to 2 lakhs. You can claim 2 lakhs from salary. You can reduce. Are you getting my point or no now? Huh. Okay. So HP loss can be reduced as reported by employee. But your employer does not know what you are eating, what are you wearing, what are you doing outside the office. Correct? You've taken a house property, you don't want to invite your boss, है ना, for your new home. Nobody knows. Clear? So here, understand it is employee's duty to report or inform the employer that, see boss, I have taken a house property, I have taken a loan, I am paying so much so interest, and it is allowed as deduction, है ना? Basically, this headache, entire headache, bachcho, is of the employer to do all the calculations. Employee bachcho will simply submit a report of interest amount, interest certificate from the bank. This is the interest for my year. Understood everybody? Employer needs to, or employer is allowed, first of all, to reduce house property loss from salary income. Understood everybody? Fine. Chapter 60 deductions allowed from 80C to 80TDB, whatever it might be. Okay, everybody? Important. The employer shall obtain the evidence or proof or particulars of prescribed claims, including claim for a set-off of loss from employee in prescribed form. Basically, now understand, if at all your friends, relatives, cousins, somebody are doing a job, they might be aware that. Now understand. In the month of July, August, somewhere, okay? Then let me just say, in the beginning of the financial year, employer sent an email, okay, or an Excel sheet. This must you understand, Excel sheet. In that Excel sheet, bachcho, he gives the option or list and all of that. And it is employee, you tell me whatever you're going to invest during the current year, or whatever you're doing in the current year. Are you paying house property loan? What is the interest amount? Are you going to do life insurance premium, health insurance premium, tuition fees, education loan? Everything he asks, bachcho. And whatever employee reports, based on that, employer does the calculation. But look at this point. Just the declaration is not sufficient. Shall obtain the evidence or proof. That means, bachcho, I have to, that means as an employee, employee has to submit proofs of ATC, ATD, ATE, whatever he's claiming, bachcho. Plus, house property loss, that means what will bachcho produce? House property, this certificate from bank, there is a bank certificate. Did you understand, everybody? Without evidence, employer is not allowed. That means again, headache of employer. Employer takes no warranty about the genuineness of the evidence. Means what is happening? If employee provides a fake evidence, employer is not a CID or a CBI to check. That is not employer's headache. But what is employer's headache? I want an evidence. Based on that evidence, I'll give deduction. Simple, understood, everybody? No evidence, no deduction. I am playing safe as an employer. Clear, everybody? Understood, na? Okay. Amount should be added. If you remember some examples now, I hope about now savings account, it might come to your mind now. Any other income reported by employee. TDS on such can be reduced from tax payable, that we will see later on. But any other income reported by employee. But do you remember something I told you? Now understand. I have such clients also. I don't practice much now. But salary is rupees 60 lakhs for the year. Gross and all, around 55 lakhs, 57 lakhs, but that is a taxable salary. But salary, main income is only salary. Main income. How much tax he was paying, I think, I don't know, I told you or not in one of the batches. Around 20 or 21 lakhs he had paid only in taxes, obviously. You can take 30% of 55 lakhs, almost that much. Plus surcharge, no? Above 50 lakhs, plus cess and all of that. Okay, anyways. Now this person has 55 lakhs or 57 lakhs only from salary, and 2-3 lakhs rupees minimum only as interest and dividend per year. Minimum, I'm saying minimum. And this is his every year story, and this is bachcho story of most of the employee, if at all they earn other incomes also. Okay, now again I told you, employer does not know what you do with your money. Hai na? What the employee is doing with his money. So if employee invests in mutual fund or shares or debentures or whatever, FD, savings account, whatever, all these are extra incomes or no of the employee? Yes. Clear to all of you? If employer does not know how can बच्चों employer add in his income and then accordingly calculate? Are you getting my point, everybody? So only if sorry, only if employee reports that income to the employer, employer will add in his calculation other incomes. Are you getting my point, everybody? कुछ समझा कि नहीं? What if बच्चों employee has two house properties? नहीं समझा? Okay, pay attention. What if the employee has two house properties? One is SOP, another is let out. Understand? We'll continue with the same example. What rupees 1 lakh per month, है ना? Now बच्चों, the employee also has house property. Two house properties. One is SOP, no problem about that. And that whatever deductions or interest, whatever he's paying, that is already claimed. But bachcho, if the property is also let out, and just understand, he's earning only rupees, let us say 20,000 per month. Yes or no, all of you? Correct, Ilya? But employer is going to deduct tax on what figure, bachcho? What he knows. 10 lakhs only. Are हाँ या ना? Are you getting my point, everybody? sorry. My NTI, employee's NTI, without house property, okay, was 10 lakhs rupees. Samjha? All of you okay? So try to understand. Employer will deduct as per 10 lakhs. But what is the actual income, bachcho? Okay, I'm writing here again now. Actual income, bachcho. Because employee also has this also, what will say? House property income. Yes? It is per month, Indrajit. So 2,40,000 bachcho I'll have to add. So 12.4 lakhs. I'm okay. I'm not even considering standard deduction 30% all of that. I'm keeping it a very simple example. Okay, all of you, is it okay? Are you getting Akshay understood earlier? Mansi, Nitin, Khushbu, are you following me? What is happening? Employee or that SSC has two incomes, one from salary and another from house property. So salary, bachcho, obviously the employer knows and employer is calculating etc. on 10 lakhs. But employee, bachcho, that person also has one more income from house property. Correct, Ilya? Now income tax department, understand, or whatever calculation we are going to do on 12.4 lakhs. But TDS, bachcho, is done only on 10 lakhs. Are हाँ या ना? This 1,12,500. What it will be, bachcho, a case of tax payable. Are you getting my point or no now? It will be a case of what? Tax payable. Tax payable means what? The employee will have to calculate tax and pay tax extra. On 12,40,000, bachcho, check na. On 2,40,000, 30%, 72,000 correct M plus, and 1,12,500 M plus MRC. It is 1,84,000. My goodness. 1,84,500. Okay, Delio? And how much TDS was done by employer? 1,12,500. And then why tell the client? Okay, just for the sake of example, you have to pay 72,000 extra. Client starts crying. I'm like, this where this happens? Other people don't pay taxes extra. Employer always deducts. I'm not going to tell employer, na then. Employer would have deducted taxes then. You only don't declare. So people think or imagine that they can save or hide taxes. I'm like, okay, I don't mind. Don't show income. Tomorrow if anything happens, you are responsible. Simple. है कि नहीं बच्चों? Understood? So here the cases of tax payable happens if you don't show that income to the employer. Simple. Understood, all of you? Now house property, which I gave you just one small example, or it is a very, very rare example, okay? Employee having two houses and then one is given on rent, whatever. But at least, obviously, bachcho, we can definitely, there are so many people having FD interest at least, है ना? Or dividend income, bachcho. Everybody needs, bachcho, extra income or second source of income or passive income. So FD interest or let us say dividend. At least, let me say, rupees 1 lakh so he can earn from various FDs and dividend, maybe, okay, that also let us say on a higher side, but at least. And if again same thing, if it doesn't report this thing, I'll tell you now, if it doesn't report this thing again to the employer, Again same thing will happen. Tax will be payable. And sometime बच्चों in the last lecture only we have done advance tax. If बच्चों payable what after TDS credit is more than 10,000, अरे हाँ या ना, advance tax becomes applicable and employee forgets. Employee have बच्चों no knowledge of income tax overall and advance tax तो impossible. They're like advance tax? No, we never pay advance tax. Employer takes care. And at the end of the year, then what happens? Are you understanding? 234A will not happen, but 234B and 234C, बच्चों bonus, interest. B also, because you come to file income tax return in the month of July. That time you come with all the documents and then say, okay, income is so much, but shown to employer is only so much. Then on the extra, bachcho, what happens? 234B and C becomes applicable. Again, he starts crying. Understood the story? So once you get a client and then he has to pay this and that, you tell him, but the Baba, you in the next year, show all the incomes, show more in fact. You tell the client like that, sir, you're going to earn 1 lakh, no? Show 1.5 lakhs. You just show, sir, 1.5 lakhs to the employer. Now what happens? I tell you, pay attention. Extra, I'm talking about extra income, bachcho. We tell him, okay, don't show 1 lakh, sir, show 1.5 lakhs. Okay, 1.5 lakhs he shows, okay, he listens to us. But then what happens? Then bachcho, the tax was done on 1.5 lakhs, but his extra income is only actually 1 lakh. Then there comes a refund. Then he's happy. I'm getting my point, everybody. So when you tell him to pay extra in advance only, and then that comes as refund, he is happy. है ना बच्चों? So mentality of clients are also बच्चों quite different. Okay, everybody understood here? Okay. So any other income reported by employee. Okay? Chalo. Point number B. Salary from previous employer if again reported from employee. So here बच्चों point number A and B, whatever it is, if it is बच्चों reported by employee. Okay? Check here. Salary from previous employer. But what do you mean by that? That means in the current year, this is a very great example and a classic example. I used to get such clients every year, at least one client every year. And they used to again cry. I'll tell you the same reason. Pay attention. It is a very interesting case. That means salary from previous employer means what? You are changing the employer. Obviously, you can change employer anytime. Especially when you get bonus. Bonus got received. Next month, but you will always see there is a spike or a hike in the number of resignation letters put after the people get bonus. They are just waiting for the bonus of the year. Okay, I have done the same thing. Anyways, okay, let's go ahead, everybody. Check now what happens if salary from the previous employer means what. I'll just give you a very simple example. Let us say there is an employee. He works with TCS. Okay, pay attention. Don't write on anything. The package is rupees taxable. I'm saying, okay, I'm just giving a very simple example. 10 lakhs per annum. Okay, everybody? Sorry. Fine. He worked बच्चों only for 6 months. अरे हाँ या ना बच्चों? Only for what? 6 months. Fine till here? The employer did not do any TDS in the first 6 months overall. Okay, everybody? Is it okay, everybody? The employer did not do any kind of, you can say TDS. So 6 months, but how much he earned for 6 months? 5 lakhs. ठीक है till here? After that, बच्चों he resigned. Understood? He went to बच्चों Infosys. Yes, all of you? And let बच्चों he joined at the same salary. 10 lakhs rupees per annum. Over there, बच्चों, what is happening? 6 months. है कि नहीं? Now, definitely, बच्चों, Infosys knows what? That even if we are giving a package of 10 lakhs, but in the current financial year, okay, I'm just giving a very simple example. In the current financial year, he is earning with us only rupees 5 lakhs. अरे हाँ या ना? So, Infosys बच्चों says what? Okay. How much tax, how much income are we paying him in the current financial year? 5 lakhs. and on 5 lakhs बच्चों there is no tax. अरे हाँ बच्चों, is it okay to लियो? And even if I change the example or whatever, TCS also, earlier example, TCS say, okay, we were going to do TDS and all of that, but he has shown us lots of deductions in advance only, house property, chapter 6, all of that. And as it is, but he has worked with us only for 6 months. So we have overall paid him only 5 lakhs. So again, there is no tax done by TCS. Are you getting my point? Why? See, look at the table which we are doing right now. Employer needs to do बच्चों TDS as per slab rates. अरे हाँ या ना? But taxable income at TCS, no tax liability. Okay, everybody? Because overall whatever salary is paid to him is less. Plus he has shown बच्चों house property loss or chapter 6 deduction, all of that. All declaration बच्चों he has done. So TCS did no TDS. Okay, company did no TDS. Okay, and Infosys बच्चों said logically correct. Whatever we are going to pay him is less than taxable income. So again, no tax. But bachcho, how much is actually his total income for the year? 10 lakhs. हाँ या ना? And it should be 1,12,500 to be done. So what happens is, okay, see, nobody is wrong in this case. Neither the earlier company nor the next company. Okay, everybody? Nobody is wrong as such. But there is an issue here. There is a big issue here. And then again, understand, bachcho, such a client comes to you. Such a client comes to you and tells, he gives you 2 forms or 2 salary slips and all of that, of one of the earlier company and next of Infosys. And then you tell him 1,12,500. He'll bachos run away from your office. Same problem, na bachcho here. Then what he should have done? Okay, voluntarily he should. And nobody does, because nobody has not that much knowledge. Employer may ask, but you try to ignore that. Why should I show my earlier salary? Based on that, then they will give me lower salary, this and that. Okay? He should have shown, bachcho, pay attention. Now understand. He should have shown this 5 lakhs to Infosys. Show. Now Infosys says, okay, we are paying him 5 lakhs in the current year. But he already has income of 5 lakhs or he has already earned 5 lakhs. Okay? And on the earlier 5 lakhs, TDS may be done, not done, that is different headache. Okay, all of you? Then बच्चों Infosys would have deducted tax also if it was reported by employee. कुछ समझा कि नहीं? बोलो. All of you? पक्का? Okay. Little last complication I'll give you. चलेगा? If TDS was deducted by TCS, then that credit you can claim. Good question, Nitin. If at all TDS was done by TCS, I mean, I should not have used this word actually. TCS will get unnecessarily complicated. Let me use the word Tech Mahindra. Okay, earlier company. Okay, if TDS was done by earlier company, then even that you can show. Yes, then you can show both the things. That see, sir, this was my income and this was the TDS by the earlier employer. So even that will be considered. Correct. Okay, good. And last complication, I am not sure how many of you have heard, especially those who are getting salary income. It will not be refunded. It will not be refunded. See, pay attention. I'll give you an example. Okay? Let us say this, we'll keep all of this as it is together. Same thing, 5 lakhs rupees. And if Tech M, okay, I've changed the name of the company only. Tech M had done, let us say, rupees 40,000 as TDS till now. So he'll report bachcho both these things. Employee should report that income was so and so and TDS was done so and so. Now bachcho, Infosys next company will do what? It will consider this 5 lakhs and our current year 5 lakhs. Agreed, everybody? So they'll add income to income, no? They'll calculate the tax. How much it is coming, bachcho? 1,12,500. 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, na? Tax on 10 lakhs. Agreed? I'm talking about bachcho NTI, not taxable income. So they say, okay, tax is coming as 1,12,500. But they will see that TDS is already done of 40,000. On the balance, bachcho, they will do the balance they will recover as a TDS or balance will be done as TDS. Understood? So 1,12,500 minus 40,000, that amount they will do as TDS. Hai na? Understood? Basically, okay, just try to understand. Simple summary. The target is what? By the end of the financial year, his tax liability should be recovered through TDS. Correct? 1,12,500. Correct. Good. Understood now? There will be plus and minus. Now let me tell you one more thing. You're done with the chapter of salary. There will be increment or no in the income during the year. His promotion or experience, 1 year over, 2 year over, he is going to senior designation. Salary also changes, no? Obviously, bacho. That also you have to consider. Employer has to consider. Understood? So in the month of April, honestly, in the month of April, you can't predict 100% accurately what is the salary to be paid to a particular employee. It may increase, or it never generally decreases, but it may increase. So even that he has to make changes in the last month or whatever months remaining. Understood? And last but complication, let me deal with here. Last complication. You might have heard that generally in the last 3 months, salary is reduced drastically, or the employee gets very, very less in hand in the last 3 months of the financial year. Okay? I'll tell you why. Okay? Understand. Salary is still the same, the gross salary, but in hand receipt becomes very, very less in the last 3 months. I'll tell you why. Pay attention. Let me start from your April, and let me write on your December, and bachu, let me write on your March. Fine till here? Understand. Salary, bachu, I'm keeping certain things constant, is rupees 12 lakhs per month. Per annum. Salary computed. Chalega? Chapter 6A, bachu, understand. Chapter 6A is, let us say, bachu, rupees 2 lakhs. Fine till here? Alright, now pay attention. So, in the month of April, imagine in the month of April, May, June, employer starts deducting tax, okay, for this particular employee based on 10 lakhs, not 12 lakhs. Why? Because employer, bachu, that's why I told you, in the beginning of the financial year, asks the employee, please give us a declaration that how much chapter 60 or other losses you are going to claim. Okay, let us me just give you example. Chapter 60 2 lakhs and HP loss also, I'll just little bit make it easier. Easier means relatable, 2 lakhs. Okay, is it okay everybody? Salary computed 12 lakhs, HP loss 2 lakhs, chapter 6, ATC or etc. whatever, 2 lakhs. NTI bachu is how much? 8 lakhs or no? I'm writing here NTI. Rupees 8 lakhs. Fine till here? On bachu NTI rupees 8 lakhs. Give me basic tax amount. 3 lakhs into 20%, 60,000. And earlier 12,500. Is it okay? Is this right, bachu? 72,500. Is it okay, everybody? Okay. Understand. Now, this is the situation in the beginning of the financial year. How much TDS will be done every month? Divided by 12. Are ya na? 72,500 divided by 12. Something around 6042. Okay. Khushbu following? Akshay following? 6042 per month TDS will be done from his salary of 12 lakhs per annum. Agreed? Whatever per month is going 1 lakh na, of that, out of that 6,000 bachu almost tentatively will be reduced. Okay. Why? Based on the employee giving declaration that, sir, yes, there is house property loss. There is chapter. What are the? There is also what, bacho, chapter 60 deduction. So employee says my taxable salary is going to be 8 lakhs. Okay, employer says, okay, we are right now believing on your declaration. But bacho, understand, that was based on declaration. What does employer want but? Not declaration. Employer bacho wants proof, evidence. And then bacho, employer starts sending reminder mail in the month of November, December only. Okay. An employer says you have 15 days or you have 31st December or maximum 15th January to submit your investment proofs. This is practically whatever I'm telling you. Okay. To submit proofs over here. Clear everybody? And then only we will be actually taking it into consideration for deduction. Now, these employees who do not have knowledge, like me in my first year of job, I just relied on my seniors. I said, what to do all this? I don't understand. That time, though, I did not even know about income tax properly. So they say, put everything, ATC, put full limits. You'll get good salary. I mean, oh, nice. I did not know. You know? But then I told him, okay. Then later in December, I said, nah, I did no investment. I had no plan only, nothing in mind. No house property. How I hope so? In 10, 20,000, 15,000 rupees salary, how do you expect me to have house property? ATC. I first need income. Then I'll think about spending. You know? And so I submitted no proof, bacho. Okay? Are you getting my point? So, employer is asking for proof. And now, bacho, employee does not submit proof. Clearly clear. Now, if at all, let us keep this example simpler. Okay, understand. This was 6042 per month till December, bacho. Understand. How much TDS is done? Let me multiply with 9 months. 54,375. Agreed, everybody? Into 9 months, I'm saying. Okay. And then ultimately, what happens? Employee does not submit proof. How much income employer is going to consider now? 12 lakhs. Good. Tax on 12 lakhs. 2 lakhs into 30%. How much? 60,000 na? Plus all of that. Chalo, do it. 2 lakhs into 30% plus 1,12,500. 172,500. Agreed? Haya na. This much tax needs to be recovered from the employee. How much was recovered by December end? 54,375. So 172,500 minus 54,375. But so 1,18,000 still needs to be recovered. In how many months now? Divide by 3. 39,000 bacho, 375 will be reduced. As good as 40,000 bacho will be reduced. So every month, understand now, he was getting 1 lakhs minus 6,000. So he was bacho used. He was in a zone of receiving rupees 94,000 per month. Understood or no? And drastically, bacho, in the last 6 months, how much he is receiving? Close to only rupees 60,000. From 96,000 to 60,000. Did you understand? But why this entire story? He starts crying, how will I pay my EMI? How will I pay my investments, ATC and all of that? I had done all this planning, this and that, vacations and this and that. No, I don't have any income only now. He starts crying. Why at the end of the financial year, my taxes deducted so much high? Did you understand the point? First of all, don't give declaration, fake declaration, point number 1. Or if you give declaration, it needs to be a genuine declaration and submit the proofs also then. Clear all of you? Is it okay? Arey bolo haan. Maza aaya? Enjoyed the story? All these things happen. So I hope you will remember all of that later on in your practical life also. Okay. And lastly, evidence required. They're all jugards also there, and then jugard you understand, and then these jugards are also loopholed, or these loopholes are, you can say, covered by the department also. Okay, that's why I said we want this evidences. Now we'll come to one more interesting part, one more interesting point. Evidence required to be collected by employer. ER means employer. What all evidence actually you need? For HRA 1013A, do you remember? HRA is given as part of salary, and then you claim exemption under 1013A based on what? HRA is exempt list of the following. HRA received 50% or 40% of salary and rent paid in excess of 10% of salary. You actually paid rent or no? Who knows? So employer bacho, I mean, again, as per income tax rules, you have to submit the proof bacho to the employer. Clear, everybody? Sorry. Employee used to submit fake receipts, fake rent receipts. Today also, many employee do that. At least 5,000, 7,000, 8,000 rupees per month, they show fake rent receipts. You go to any stationery shop, tell them I want a rent receipt book. Nothing. and go to a friend or anybody, no, anybody, doesn't matter. Tear 12 pages, write your name, write rent rupees 6,000 per month, put a small 1 rupee, 2 rupee stamp, revenue stamp on that, sign it, done. Submit to employer. Employer is happy. Employer has evidence. Okay, no problem. Okay, fine. Why I said rupees 8,000, bachcho? We'll come to that also. Pay attention. HRA, bachcho, if you're claiming HRA exemption, okay? So name, address, and PAN, my goodness, of the landlord or landlords if they are joint owners, where aggregate rent paid during the year bachcho exceeds rupees 1 lakh. Okay? They also bachcho ask for rent agreement. Rent agreement, you understand what? Not just rent receipts, they also ask for rent agreement if it is more than 1 lakh rupees per month. Now, not per month, sorry, 1 lakh rupees for the year. Now that's why I told you, bachcho, why up to 8,000 as such. You can do bachcho 1 lakh rupees for the year divided by 12 months. 8333. Did you understand something or no? That's why bachcho people show up to 8,000 if they're actually honestly not paying rent, but they claim fake rent paid. Why? They will get exemption. अरे कुछ समझ रहा है कि नहीं? Understanding or no? खुशबू, अक्षय, इंद्रजीत, नितिन, मानसी. If you show 10,000 rupees I'm paying, then but you'll have to also show PAN of the landlord. Hi, no. If you're genuinely, honestly paying, no problem. Then properly you can show. No issues about that. Why? Because why, bachu? Because even department wants to know who is earning rent income. Are you getting my point, everybody? The department wants to know who is earning rent income. Now, whether this person has filed income from house property or no, return, landlord. Are you getting my point? It is connected. Double effect, debit, credit. So if somebody is claiming exemption for the rent paid, then but there's somebody who has earned income of rent, so that should be shown in the house property income. Means 8,000 is legal, and there will be no checkup for 8,000. Yes, majority of the case. Department doesn't have so much time and efforts and energy to put into checking, claiming exemption of 96,000 rupees. है ना? ठीक है? Okay, all of you got it clear? So this happens. LTC or LTA, same thing. Leave travel concession or assistance. Evidence of expenditure. 10-5. 10-5 na bachcho? You can write in the notebook or this if at all you have. This is 10-13. I hope you remember. LTC, LTA, bachcho, what I told you? 10-5. Over here, bachcho, what Jugaad I had told you in the chapter of salaries only. What people do to claim this LTC without traveling. What I had told you, bachcho, remember? Book tickets and cancel. Very good. Book the ticket, take photocopy, xerox, submit to employer, and here meanwhile come again second day, cancel the ticket. Cancellation charges 1% or 5%, whatever. Especially I'm talking of train tickets. Anna? Cancellation charges are there, whatever it might be. Anna? Who knows if you actually traveled or not? Okay, everybody? Fine. But you can claim that also. Deduction of interest under the head income from house property. Deduction interest, bachcho, interest. 24B we are talking about. Name, address and PAN of the lender. Bank. Okay? Basically just submit the bank certificate. That is sufficient. Bank certificate. And deduction under chapter 6 है बच्चों, evidence of investment or expenditure. ATC we have seen बच्चों, life insurance premium, tuition fees. What else we have seen? Public Provident Fund, Sukanya Samruddhi Scheme, your ELSS funds, Fire Bank FD, all that receipts बच्चों, photocopy, sign it, attest it. That means you just sign it and submit to the employer. Clear? If that evidence is fake, department बच्चों, income tax department will come back to you as an employee, not employer. Employee, and then there can be a demand or whatever the consequences will be there. This is just bachcho your example of only small discussion bachcho in a way we had. Not small, yaar. extensive discussion what we had on TDS on salary, because it is one of the most famous and higher quantity overall. There are so many income tax returns filed of salary only, na bachcho. So it becomes quite famous. Understood, everybody? Let's go ahead, everybody. Let's do some questions then. Is it okay? I mean, question means just one or two something concept will do. Chalega? I just write down for your understanding. Please come to your notebook. Write down. This is only for your understanding. May be helpful in your this also. What I'll say interview also. Okay. Merits of TDS or TCS. Merits means what? But your advantage. Okay. Fine. Advantage. So tax is paid as soon as income is earned. Is earned without waiting for self assessment. Okay. Aarti, are you there? Who is there online YouTube? You can comment. For self assessment, tax after end of PY. Fine till all of you? After end of PY. So it is immediately paid also, na? Second, it is a regular source of income. I'll use the word income means revenue. For the government, bachcho. Clear till here? So government keeps on getting the money regularly, na? I'm not sure you are aware, but even income tax officers, departments, they have targets for the month, targets for the quarter, targets for the year. Targets, bachcho. You have to recover so much of tax. Okay? Legally, not illegally, legally, but whatever are the loopholes, just plug in. Whoever are payable, not yet paid, follow up with them. So there are targets for them also. They will start sending notices, this and that. Okay? And third point, there is about automatic identification of the PE. There is automatic bachcho identification of the PE. Fine, everybody? All right? This point, did you understand the third point? Automatic identification of the PE. Because that PE bachcho will have to claim or file an income tax return to claim TDS credit or to claim it as what's your refund. है ना? Fine till all of you? अरे बोलो हाँ. Understood, no? You have covered advanced tax also properly. I hope 2-3 questions you have solved on advanced tax. है ना? All right. One question will do, बच्चों. Question number 7. Ready? Come to question number 7, बच्चों. Ready बच्चों? Question number 7. Check here. Details of Mr. P. Salary from the current employer 14 lakhs. Leave travel concession बच्चों given 1,50,000 LTC. House property loss 1,40,000. Reduction of ATC 1,50,000. Calculate TDS will to be made. This will calculate normally. Then will calculation of TDS will change. So this is another case. If Mr. P has not submitted details of loss, travel documents of LTC and Chapter 6A to his current employer in the prescribed form, obviously बच्चों the answer will change, है ना? You can do it on your own, but let me just write down the point number 1 and point number 2. Case 1. What is the case 1? Case 1 is that बच्चों submitted all the proofs to the employer, है ना? So write down. Case 1. Details of claim submitted by Mr. P, the employee ना बच्चों. E means employee, okay? So particulars rupees. Income from salary बच्चों, this is 14 lakhs is without LTC हाँ बच्चों. This is regular cash salary whatever he was getting, 14 lakhs. Under that बच्चों, second part I'm writing LTC, leave travel concession. He received 1,50,000. It is fully exempt बच्चों. Why? Less exempt under section 10(5). बच्चों, it is exempt not because of 10(5) only. It is exempt because he submitted the claim, the proofs. Understood or no? 1,50,000. So GTI oblique NTI 14 lakhs. Okay, yes, tell you. There is HP loss. Oops, sorry. It is not. So less. There is HP loss also, na bachcho? Not NTI. HP loss is how much, bachcho? 1,40,000. Right, Ilya? So how much? 1160, na? 1260. And ATC बच्चों, so less chapter 60 reduction. Section ATC 1,50,000. है ना everybody? This will be my NTI 11,10,000. Tax liability calculation. Ready बच्चों? Basic income tax on 1,10,000 into 30% M plus 1,12,500 M plus MRC 145,500. Is it right बच्चों? Add five eight two zero. 151 320. Yes, clear everybody? Agreed? अरे हाँ. Therefore TDS to be done by employer every month is how much बच्चों? 151 320 divided by 12 months. 12,610 है ना बच्चों? Yeah. Simple. Till now, at least I hope so. Case 2 is what? No details submitted, ना बच्चों? No details at all submitted. Now tell me बच्चों, LTC will be taxable now? Yes. HP loss can we reduce? No. Chapter 6 deduction will get? Also no. Yes everybody? अरे हाँ या ना? Under that bachcho will add LTC also, okay? No exemption since submitted. Proofs are not submitted. How much it was? 1,50,000. No HP loss, details are not submitted. No chapter 6 details are not submitted. Therefore, bachcho, this is your GTI as well as NTI. How much? 15,50,000. Bolo. HP is not submitted. Tax liability calculation, therefore, bachcho, basic income tax. On 5,50,000 into 0.3 M plus 1,12,500 M plus MRC 277,500. Add. Plus equal to. Yes or no? Therefore, total tax liability. Fine, everybody? Therefore, TDS to be done by employer every month. गुड मॉर्निंग योगेश कुमार, कहाँ से हो? बोलो 24,050 बच्चों, करेक्ट? पर मंथ था बच्चों, दिस ऑल्सो पर मंथ. 12,610 was also per month. Simple, understood everybody? Tell me. Done, done, or done? Good. I will do one more. One more is very, very simple. Nothing great. And this question was also, it was fine. Nothing great actually in this question. But just यूपी, ये सब यूपी वाले आ जाते हैं. हमारे तो जौनपुर अभी है ना? नितिन, तेरा घर कौन सा है यूपी में? तो कुछ बता, तेरा भी कुछ है क्या नेटिव वहाँ पे? गोरखपुर, जौनपुर है, गोरखपुर है, और कल कौन था अपने पास? इलाहाबाद से भी थे. कई बात. ओके, यूपी में कहाँ योगेश? लेट्स गो अहेड एवरीबॉडी. क्वेश्चन नंबर 8. $13.25. Ready, all of you? Check. Details of another employee. Details of Mr. T. Salary given to us 3,50,000. Then non-monetary perquisite. Okay. 50,000. But is there something of non-monetary perquisite? Some benefit in kind or anything? Do we add in the income or no? Yes. Perquisite, we add. Simple. Then deposit in PPF, but what do we do of that? Deposit in PPF. ATC deduction. Yes. Chalo. So income from salaries, 4 lakhs. GTI, 4 lakhs. Minus बच्चों deposit in PPF ATC section 70,000. 4 lakhs minus 70,000, 3 lakh 30,000. Will there be any tax? No. There will be a tax, but rebate also. So what will be the TDS amount? Nil. Understood? Should I write it down quickly? Tell me. चलो. Particulars rupees. कौन सा attempt है तुम्हारा योगेश? Which exam? Which attempt? 23, 24 what? Particulars rupees. Ready everybody? चलो. First one. Income from salary. How much बच्चों? 3 lakh 50. I'm over there writing add. Normal perquisite 50,000. Yes. फोर लैक्स में ग्रॉस टोटल इनकम. ओके. लेस व्हाट बच्चों? Chapter 60 deduction, section 80C, PPF contribution 70. Net taxable income 3 lakh 30. Net total income, taxable income 3 lakh 30. Ready everybody? Correct? Tax liabilities बच्चों how much? On 80,000 5% ना? 4,000 means बच्चों. Correct? Everybody? 3 lakh 30 minus 2 lakh 3 lakh 30,000 minus 2 lakh 50,000, that is 80,000 into 5%. 80,000 into 5%, 4,000. Less बच्चों. First we do rebate, not cess. Under section 87A, 4,000. Did you understand everybody? Therefore, no TDS to be done by employer on such employee's income because his taxable income is leading to no tax liability. I hope you're understanding everybody. So in a way, but effectively how much it is? 40,000 rupees. If you get 40,000 rupees, बच्चों, 12 4s are 48 ना, 4,80,000 almost. No TDS or no tax, है ना? Not bad ना? Isn't it? Tomorrow बच्चों will start with stipend 5,000, 10,000 rupees, whatever it is. On a higher side, if you go to Big Four in the last year, they gave you 30,000 still, no TDS. Okay, है ना? Right everybody? Done everybody? Can I go ahead? Last year तक कितना stipend मिलता? Last year, if you go to Big Four, see it is 15,000, 20,000 and 25,000 generally. Okay. Then if you work after giving your CA final, but if you have not yet cleared CA, then they give you 30,000, 30 or 35. Huh. Because you are as good as CA in their eyes. If you clear CA, then obviously 9 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs package also. Big Four I'm talking about. Okay. Small firms, you know what it is. Small firms, the bachcho, for a CA, they will say take 25,000 for a CA. And some people take it also. Just for the sake of experience. Can we go ahead, everybody? Let's do one more or some other TDS sections. Chalega? Salary understood little bit. Basic only we have done, okay? 192. There obviously many other scenarios will come into picture whenever we will have to see that. We'll see that. No problem. Okay? So 192 बच्चों primarily we have covered. Okay? 192 we have done. TDS on salary. Others. Chalo. Interest on securities. Pay attention. Interest on securities. That is 193. And 194A. Interest on other than interest in securities. Basically, the assessee or the recipient is earning interest income. Agreed? Everybody? Can you give me any example on which you can earn interest? Very good. Debentures, good. Good. I'm saying, but any interest. Debentures, bonds, not just securities, any interest. Think of all the interest which you can earn. From where all you can earn interest. Good. Savings account, good. Fixed deposit, recurring deposit, good. Bonds is done. Debentures, bonds done. Debentures, bonds, savings, FD, RD. है ना? But you tell me, pay attention, huh? Pay attention. What if I give a loan to a friend? I can give a loan to a friend and I'll normally not get an interest, obviously. But what if I'm saying, Indrajit, exactly. Principal you get back from your friend is a big thing. Exactly. Exactly. It's a big task. Recovering a principal from a friend only. Okay? So, understand what I was telling you. But in general, let us say I am into money lending business. Okay? If I don't give it to a friend, but somebody who needs loan temporarily and I'm charging interest. Even but in that case, it will be my interest income. I'll earn interest or no? What I was trying to highlight here is there can be what bacho? Interest on loan. Agreed, everybody? अरे हाँ यार कुछ तो बोलो. Interest on loan. Correct. So here, if at all, pay attention. The borrower is repaying बच्चों principal plus interest to the lender. Understand? Even this is interest income or no, but now. But for whom? Let us say बच्चों the bank. अरे हाँ या ना? Let us say बच्चों for the bank. Understood? So there is still na बच्चों interest or no? Interest component is still there. Clear, all of you? Fine. No. That we will see. That I will tell you who will do the TDS or first of all, there may not be a TDS by the way. But see, you have to understand the transactions. And in the transaction, TDS may be there or may not be there. So I'm just first of all making you aware what transaction can be there where interest is paid. When you're repaying the home loan or when you're repaying the loan, you are paying interest also now again. But reverse case, you're paying to the bank. Clear? Understood everybody? On those amounts, bacho, TDS is not done. When you're repaying the loan, with the interest. But when you deposit or you have done investments and interest is earned. I mean, even see here, bank is earning interest. Okay, but when you as an assessee normal non-banking business, है ना, you are normally what you earning interest on that TDS can be there. Okay, everybody on interest. I'm saying on interest, bonds, debentures, FD, RD. Again, there is exemption on savings account. Okay, everybody. Chalo. Pay attention now. Interest on securities. So, but your interest on securities, but you mainly what will cover here? Debentures and what? Bonds. Okay. If the payee is resident, if the payee is resident, bacho, okay, everybody. Huh. Then we are in this category. We are doing 193. Otherwise, we'll have to go to some other sections for non-resident. We'll do that later on. TDS rate, bacho, now is it flat rate or no? Flat rate. 10%. Okay. But pay attention. This column, the last column is about something about exemption and remarks also. Okay. Means what? Understand. Pay attention a little bit, bacho. There will be no TDS. The last column is bacho also about, mainly about exemptions as well as remarks. There will be no TDS if the interest is bacho only up to rupees 10,000 per annum. But on which kind of bonds? 8% savings, taxable bonds, 7.5, 7.75 savings, taxable bonds, 2018. These are bacho governed by governments. Whenever bacho we see these years, 2003, 2018, okay? The bonds are bacho generally issued in the name of or year of maturity date. That means today also I can buy a bond of 2025, 2030, 2045. Yes? Now if it is bacho in a way issued by government, on this TDS will not be done. Yes, still everybody? If these bonds are paying you interest up to rupees 10,000 per annum. कुछ समझा कि नहीं समझा? I'm talking about what? Exemption limit till here, or it is also called as threshold limit. It is also called as what, bacho? Threshold limit. Okay, Akshay? Threshold limit means what? Till that case or till that time, no TDS. Yes, everybody? Then pay attention. Interest to LIC of India or General Insurance Corporation of India or any other specified insurance companies. They are bacho mainly government companies or government held companies. Yes. In that case, bacho, no TDS for government based or government owned companies. Okay, Delia? If the recipient is LIC or GIC, General Insurance Corporation. Okay, Delia, all of you? Or any other specified insurance companies. Interest on security issued by a company in demat form and is listed on recognized stock exchange. Can you give me an example? Listed debentures. Okay. Recognized stock exchange will be BSE, NSE, correct? Can we go ahead, bacho? Then, any interest on debentures on other than closely held company. What is closely held company, bacho? Please tell me. Arey, nahi re baba. Not always WOS is closely held company. Closely held company, bacho, I told you. Closely held is private company, I told you, no? Okay. But you're saying, bacho, on other than. So, interest on debentures on a public company. Okay. So, any interest on debentures by public company to resident individual or HUF on debentures not held in the demat form, है ना? If interest is paid by an account pay check, and my goodness, so many cases, and also बच्चों total payment does not exceed rupees 5,000. Yes, चलो let me बच्चों list, let me just simply say बच्चों, let's quickly and simply understand. Listed debentures, interest is paid, TDS or no TDS? है नहीं ना? No. Correct, Elia? First part. Any interest on debentures other than closely, and that means other than means what, public company to resident individuals. Okay. If bacho the debentures were not held in demat form. Okay. Point number one. So not in demat form. That means bacho their certificates were given. Physical. Tangible. Correct, Elia? That is first point. Second is paid by account pay check compulsorily. If paid in cash, etc., obviously TDS will be there. And third condition, total payment bachcho does not exceed 5,000. So here bachcho we are kind of seeing a threshold limit. So if any of these conditions are not followed, okay, account pay check and total payment is bachcho not more than 5,000. Yes, clear all of you? Then TDS will happen. If the conditions are not followed, then bachcho TDS will happen. Clear? At what rate? 10%. On what amount? Interest amount. है कि नहीं बच्चों? Clear till here? Then check 54 EC bonds, Power Finance, Indian Railway Finance Corporation. Okay, everybody. On these bachcho, TDS will not be there. Clear till here, all of you? Otherwise, bachcho, otherwise what will happen? 10% will be there. है ना? 193. Done? One 94A. Interest other than interest on securities. Now you are not about earning interest on securities. You are earning interest normally. Now normally means what? FD and RD. Okay, deposits. Yes. Now but you understand. Please understand. Companies Act chapter number what? 5 was what? Tell me. Deposit. Correct. Were bachcha companies allowed to take deposits? Yes. So they could pay interest or no? Yes. So bachcho, if at all you earn interest on company deposits, okay, then obviously that can come in this category also, because ultimately bachcho, it is a time deposit. And the underlying asset is what bachcho? Deposit only. Clear till here? Okay, everybody? Can we go ahead? And then bank bachcho paying FD interest or bank paying bachcho RD interest. I am purposely bachcho removing what? Or purposely I am not discussing which one bachcho. Check. Interest on savings bank account. TDS will not be there. So TDS on FD and RD is there. That in bracket means what? If you want for clarification, you can write down there. TDS will be done. Okay? And this is exemption basically. Okay, all of you? On FD and RD, bachcho, TDS will be done. Savings account, bachcho, TDS is not done. Current account, bachcho, you don't earn interest, by the way. Okay? I hope you understand that. Done, everybody? Chalo. 194A. Interest other than interest on securities. Again, resident pays resident rate is 10%, है ना? TDS rate is बच्चों here also बच्चों 10%. Okay, चलो. Exemption and remarks. Please understand. Sorry. Interest is paid to banking company. बच्चों, when will we pay interest to the banking company? When we are repaying back the loan, isn't it? Or cooperative bank or cooperative land mortgage banks, financial corporations, LIC, UTI company or cooperative society carrying on the business of insurance, National Skill Development Fund and HUDCO. Okay, that Housing Development Corporation. Again, whatever amount you pay as interest to them, bacho, there will be no TDS. Yes, still all of you? Yeah? Fine, Delia? Important, please, important, understand. Interest paid by a firm to a partner of the firm on capital, no TDS. Interest paid for zero coupon bond, no TDS, ZCB. Okay? Interest paid by special purpose vehicle to the business trust. Business special purpose vehicle was what? Any entity of credit for accumulation of the fund. Okay? Interest paid for deposits with a primary agricultural credit society, primary credit society, cooperative land mortgage bank, or cooperative land development bank. No TDS. Okay? No TDS on interest on savings bank account. Okay? Now understand. If paid on time, understand, important now, please understand. If interest is paid on time deposits, FD, RD, bachcho, both are time deposits. Clear? If interest is paid on time deposits, buy, bachcho, now the payer is who? Bank or cooperative banks or post office. Bachcho, check. The limit is rupees 40,000. Means what? 40,000 interest paid during the year. No TDS. Okay? The limit is bachcho now per bank and not per branch. Earlier people used to be very very smart. Every in the same city bachcho there are hundreds of branches of a of a bank, of the same bank, or forget the same bank on different banks also. How you just imagine how many banking options do you have in your city or town, whatever. Even if I talk about a small town also, there can be at least 5 options, 5 branches of maybe 5 different banks. Okay? And if you talk about a metropolitan city, then there are hundreds of options, including cooperative banks also. Anyway, so people but used to make FDs in different banks. So same thing na bacho. Why? Because with every bank, then there should be no TDS. That was they used to have a jugad. Then CBDT bacho, they got the rules. They said no, we will not check now branch wise. We will take all the consideration into bank wise. Now bank wise bacho, what happens? Even if you go to different city in the country, different city, and in that another branch but you're opening FD, but still it is calculated on now whole India basis, or basically whole India basis, not just whole India basis, but on the bank basis, bachcho. है कि नहीं? So wherever in any branch of a bank you are doing FD or RD, it will be taken into consideration. Okay, even if you break those FDs into multiple branches. Did you understand the point or no? Okay, so limit will be taken as per bank, not per branch. If CBS is adopted, but CBS is something called as core banking solution. Have you heard of that? Tell me fatafat. Have you heard about core banking solution? Anybody? What is bacho core banking solution? Anybody? What? Ordinary? No. You ask your parents, maybe, if at all they had a bank account, how they managed that bank account. There was no debit or credit cards that time, much. Okay? In whichever branch they had the bank account, you take so many things for granted now. In whichever but you pay attention, branch, they had the bank account. Of that branch only, they used to get the passbook. That means you could withdraw or deposit only in that branch. The other branch, but you did not even recognize you. Okay? Are you getting my point or no? That is बच्चों was called as bank. I mean, it was branch basis. And if at all I remember correctly, my father's passbook or something, it was just 5-digit number. Because banks will open how many accounts, na? It was just 5-digit number in that particular branch. And when CBS came into picture, na, CBS came into picture because of obviously lots of softwares, IT and internet. You know, now but you can go in any branch in the country, in any city, and you can deposit as well as withdraw, because now it is 11 or 13 digit number, 12 digit I think account number. And now again, if you remember, if you at all you will check your bank account number, the starting first of all, that those couple of digits are बच्चों your IFSC तो बच्चों you might have heard. हाँ या ना? Yes, everybody. हाँ, so that is IFSC code of every branch. So now here बच्चों what happens, the transactions are happening at national level. So if the bank has CBS, that is the reason. That is the reason, bachcho. We can check on all India basis, or basically at the bank level, how much deposits are done or how much that bank is paying interest, not branch. Bank is bachcho paying the interest to a particular assessee. Clear? So understand. If FDRD cumulative, if bachcho FDRD cumulative is how much? More than 40,000, only then bachcho TDS will happen. Clear or no? All of you. Only then bachcho TDS will happen. Clear, clear everybody? If CBS is there, if CBS is not there, it comes down bachcho drastically. It comes down bachcho drastically to 5,000. Important bachcho, there are lots of limits which we are discussing now. Okay, so bank, cooperative bank or post office, CBS is there, limit is 40,000. Okay, if we are not talking about this, then limit is 5,000. Can you give me one example? Interest is paid on deposits, but not by bank, not by cooperative bank, not by post office. But the very good, Indrajit. The word here, Nitin, is what? Other than securities. Now, so we can't use the word government securities. Good answer, Indrajit. Correct. Chapter 5 Companies Act. Hawkins Cookers, bacho, I told you that example I've given you. If Hawkins Cookers, bacho, takes FD and pays interest on FD, remember that example you had taken in Company Act. हाँ या ना? In that case, bachcho, it is not paid. The interest is paid on deposit, but not by banking companies. Okay, for them, bachcho, threshold limit is only 5,000. Again, a big, you can say, difference. Clear till all of you? Are हाँ? So here you can say, example, company deposits interest. है ना, everybody? Done? All of you clear? Chalo, let's go ahead, everybody. But if the pay, my goodness, now look, something different only they're saying. If the pay is resident senior citizen, threshold limit bachcho is increased to 50,000. Why? It is बच्चों matching concept. It is a matching concept. Okay, I'll repeat again. If the payee is a resident senior citizen, the threshold limit बच्चों goes to 50,000. Why? एक minute. What matching concept? What this 50,000 is matching where? Very good, Mansi. Good answer. Good, बच्चों. This is a logic which you will develop, or when you'll read income tax, lots of income tax news, articles, budget speech, and all of that. It has a clear cut बच्चों connection with since. This is for your understanding, okay? Very good. 80 TDB बच्चों. 80 TDB. Okay. Now what does बच्चों 80 TDB say? Any interest earned by a resident senior citizen बच्चों, it will be allowed as standard. I mean, it will be allowed as deduction up to rupees 50,000. है कि नहीं? So if this was not 50,000, okay, it was बच्चों earlier 40,000 by the way, okay. And if a resident senior citizen बच्चों earns 45,000, बच्चों what happens? Problem. TTB says बच्चों take deduction of 45,000, but bank says it is going above 40,000. We will do TDS. Unnecessary headache. He will have to claim बच्चों refund, file return, etc. All the time pass thing. Okay. कुछ समझा के ऊपर से गया, समझा और बच्चों बाउंसर टेल मी. So for बच्चों resident senior citizen as it is बच्चों, clear, deduction is given till 80 TTB ना बच्चों of 50,000. That's why no TDS also बच्चों up to rupees 50,000. Okay. चलो, I'm covering all the points here. I'm doing all the discussions so that whenever you will read from study material, ICS study material, you will find this is all covered quickly. TDS on interest income accrued to the minor, will it be clubbed or not clubbed? Interest income, interest on FD, will it be clubbed or not clubbed? 100% बच्चों clubbed. It is not coming under any exception. Okay. But TDS on interest, we have learned this thing in that clubbing chapter itself. If income is clubbed, बच्चों, even TDS is clubbed. अरे हाँ या ना? Very good. Good answer. Good. Yes, correct. So TDS on interest income accrued to the minor, where both parents are deceased, okay, is required to be deducted and reported against PAN of the minor, unless a declaration is filed under Rule 37BA2 that credit for tax deducted has to be given to some other person. It's okay. If there is some other legal guardian, okay, bachcho, then it will be taxed or clubbed in the hands of some other legal guardian, and then even the credit will also be given to the other person. So simply logic is, what is logic? In whoever's hand that income is taxed or clubbed, same person bachcho will also get the TDS credit. Clear? Chalega? Next one. Some other remarks or other points. TDS on interest accruing in CGAS. First of all, you should remember what was CGAS. Sorry. No. Not 80D. That was CGHS. Okay. That was CGHS 80D. Okay, good guess, but that was very close. CG, Central Government Health Scheme, was different. Okay, very close. CGHS. Even it took me 10 seconds to remember what is it. Capital Gain Account Scheme. Hey Bhagwan, sir. Syllabus, sir. Huh? Nice, na? You tell me now, reading so many things, but don't you think income tax should be of 100 marks? Tell me. Capital gain account scheme. What was that? Do you remember? I hope so. You will keep your money over there separately till you actually purchase or construct another house property in the next 2 to 3 years. So before filing income tax return, you need to put the money in CGAS. Correct, to claim the exemption. So that money is bachcho lying with the bank. Okay, if you want, you can write on there CGAS capital gain account scheme. Refer section 54 and 54F and all of that. अक्षय ऑल ओके ना? और हेडेक हो रहा है आज? इज इट हेडेक? कैपिटल गेन अकाउंट स्कीम. Can we go ahead, everybody? So TDS on interest accrued in CGS on death of the assessee, if at all. Then TDS on pan of assessee till the death of assessee. And TDS on pan of legal heir later on after the death of assessee. Yeah, I'm done with this section. Anyways, but okay. Till assessee was alive, his income, his TDS, he's dead. Legal heirs bachchu income and TDS in the name of legal heir. Done, all of you? We'll do some questions and I'm bored with this theory. Need a break or what? Huh? अच्छा लग रहा था, चैप्टर वाज नाइस नो. जज्बात बदलती है, हालात बदलती है, just like that. TDS, where are we? Come to question number 10. Those who don't have textbook can write in notebook, no problem. I remember why I was doing like this. It was the same reason. Let's go ahead, everybody. Examine the TDS implications under section 194A. 193 bachchu was interest on securities. 193. 194A, interest on other than interest on securities. Okay. On 1st of October, Mr. Harish made a 6-month FD of rupees 10 lakhs at 9% per annum with ABC Cooperative Bank. The FD matures obviously on 31st March. They're asking you TDS implication. Will there be TDS or no TDS? Why, Indrajit? There will be a TDS, na bachcho. I'll write on here. What is the FD amount? 10 lakhs into 9% per annum into, should I write 6 by 12 months? Rupees 45,000, na beta? Is it given to you? Who is resident senior citizen? Is it given? No. है ना? So since interest exceeds how much? Very important now. Please understand. Very important. Very important. If the income is more than threshold limit, okay, or basically it is more than the threshold limit, TDS needs to be done. TDS will be done on the entire amount, not on the exceeding amount only. Clear? You will do TDS on 45,000, not on 40,000, not on 5,000. Clear? TDS is बच्चों done always, once it is applicable, TDS is बच्चों done always on the gross income or gross earning. Understood all of you? अरे हाँ या ना? Clear everybody, tell me please. Okay, so TDS on, therefore TDS will be done. At the rate of, you have to refer बच्चों 194A. ठीक है? Done everybody? हमने जमाने से चपके धागे से sorry. Can we go ahead everybody? B. चलेगा? Next example. Is it okay, Akshay? B. Mr. Ganesh made 3 9-month FD of rupees 3 lakhs each, carrying interest at the rate of 9% with Dwarka branch, Janakpuri branch, Rohini branch of a bank, a bank which has CBS. He also bachcho has interest on savings account of rupees 5,000. Now, first of all, whether all the deposits are with the same bank, even if different branches, CBS is there, we will do bachcho calculation at branch level, not at the bank level, not at the branch level. Clear? So I'm just simply going to say rupees, how many lakh? 3 lakhs. Okay, into 3 FD into what is the rate? 9% per annum. But they are bachcho 9-month FD. Give me this figure. So 9 lakhs, 9% is 81,000, na? Into 9 by 12. Is it 60,750 something? 60,750? Okay. So at bank level, I hope you're understanding, at branch level, all these interests are less than 40,000 at branch level. But bank level, bachcho, total interest, total at FD interest exceeds rupees 40,000. Therefore, TDS rupees 60,750 into 10%, rupees 6075. And one more point, no TDS. On which one? Savings account interest. Done? Done till all of you? See, on 1st April, Rajesh started a 1-year recurring with PQR Bank. Recurring means RD, recurring deposit. Interest on RD, they are not giving you deposit amounts, rate of interest, this and that right now. Okay, fine. No problem. Interest on RD is rupees 39,000 and savings account bachcho is 1,500. What do you think? It is another example. But RD interest 39, savings account 1,500. Don't use the word. अच्छा ठीक है. TDS or no TDS? Exempt means TTA you can take. No TDS बच्चों. Indrajit, it is not more than 40,000. What are you doing? Threshold limit, we are doing, this is the third question now. Threshold limit is what, 30,000 na? So why TDS? Have they given you, is it banking, is it NBFC or something? Or corporate deposits? No, na? This is still but your interest from bank only, na? Bank, cooperative bank or post office. So FD and RD total should at the bank level should not be more than 40,000. The threshold limit is 40,000. Saving, do we do TDS on savings account? No. So we will not add it or not count it for calculation of threshold limit. We will not even add it for calculation of threshold limit. Did you understand or no? Kushbu got it? Nitin? Chalo. So write down TDS is applicable here only if FD and RD interest from bank exceeds rupees, how much? 40,000, no? Full stop. There is no TDS on savings account interest. ठीक है? Therefore no TDS at all. I mean as a final answer. Done all of you? Done everybody? D. What number D? Interest on FD from nationalized bank. So bank. FD interest 34, RD interest 6. TDS or no TDS? And is बच्चों threshold limit up to that amount. So no TDS बच्चों up to that amount. Okay. Got everybody? Understood? Huh. Total is 40,000. Yes, Indrajit. Very smart. Done na? No TDS up to rupees 40,000. Therefore, no TDS. Clear? हमने ज़माने से चिपके से धागे से For your homework, please read the small ones. Okay? 194, dividend to a shareholder. And whenever bacha use the word dividend, please understand that is dividend includes 222 A, B, C, D, E. हाँ इंद्रजीत. Okay? 194B, BB. What I'm telling you, read and come. Okay? 194, 194B, BB. D. EE is useless. G. H. ठीक है. This much to बच्चों read and come. Okay? So you might be understanding, we will have to do things in detail little bit. Okay? चलेगा? Done till all of you? है ना? For income tax right now in this session बच्चों only this much. Okay.
Recording stopped.